Now, as an African, if you think you can celebrate your country's success and look down on another African country and somehow expect the world to look at you differently, then think again, because the world doesn't separate us the way we separate ourselves. Now, I'm making this video because the 30th of June, South Africa's deadline is approaching, and many foreign nationals, African immigrants living in South Africa, are worried. They don't know what to do next. Some have already left, but some are still deciding what to do. They're still figuring things out. Emotions are running high, opinions are divided, and social media is doing what social media does best. People are giving their opinions, and some people are even pointing fingers at other people. And the president of South Africa has come out and he gave his speech, but I'm not really interested in who is winning the argument. What concerns me as an African is what this moment means for Africa, what this says about our continent, about us as a people. Because if Africans are increasingly feeling unsafe, unwelcome, or unable to build a future in another African country, then maybe we are looking at something much bigger. Maybe there is a bigger story here. Now, before anyone misunderstands me, I'm not saying that every African country should open its borders. I'm not saying that it is open season for everyone. And I'm not saying that governments should not enforce immigration laws, because every country has got a right to do that. But what I'm saying is maybe what is happening in South Africa is not just a South African story. Maybe what is happening in South Africa is an African story. Because for decades, our parents dreamt of an Africa where borders didn't matter that much, where opportunities are growing, where Africans could go to another African country to study, to work, to invest, and do business or businesses across the continent. And I know that that dream hasn't disappeared. Many of us still believe in that dream. We share that dream. I still believe in that dream, and I know that many of us still do. But it is moments like these moments that we're currently talking about, that remind us just how fragile that dream is. And when we look at history, maybe it is not that surprising, because these borders that we currently live with were largely drawn with very little regard for the people living there, for the indigenous Africans. And then came independence, and naturally, African countries wanted to establish their own identities. They wanted to protect their own their borders, their sovereignty, and they wanted to build their economies and to protect their citizens. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. At the same time, those same countries have also spoken about African unity. They've also spoken about regional cooperation, trade, and ultimately freedom of movement across the continent. Now, can you see the tension? Do you see the challenge? Because on one hand, you are saying, we are Zimbabwe, we are Zambia, we are Botswana, we are Kenya, we are Ghana, we are Nigeria, and so on. We are building our own nation. On the other hand, you are saying, we are Africans too, and we want an Africa that is more connected. We want a continent that is more connected, because as Africans, we are one people. Those are two ambitions that are like going in different directions. They don't always pull towards the same direction. And that's the difficult balance. That's the challenge. And as I said earlier, every country has got a right to protect its borders. And as I reflect on this situation, I keep coming back to the same question. Why are so many Africans moving from one African country to another in the first place? Now, here's the thing. People don't just wake up one morning and decide, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm leaving everything I've ever known behind and I'm moving to another country. They don't just do that. People move for a reason. People leave their countries because they are looking for safety. That's one thing. People leave because they are looking for work. People just want to feed their families. People leave because they are looking for hope. They are looking for a place that gives them hope. Hope to make a better life for themselves, to actually feed their families. And if many Africans still believe that hope exists elsewhere and not in their own country, then maybe our biggest problem is not migration. Our biggest problem is opportunity. And as Africans, I need to say this, we need to be very careful about turning ordinary people, ordinary citizens, into the enemy. Because the ordinary South African who is looking for work isn't necessarily the enemy. The ordinary Zimbabwean trying to feed their family isn't necessarily the enemy. The Nigerian entrepreneur who is opening businesses in the country isn't the enemy. Most of them are facing exactly the same pressures. It's just that we are responding to them in different ways, but they are still the same pressures. And as far as I'm concerned, the real question then becomes, can Africa create enough opportunities so that moving from one country to another becomes just a choice rather than something that they are forced to do? That is the real question. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. I dream of the day when Africans migrate simply because it is their choice, not because circumstances force them to. Imagine graduating in Zambia and accepting a great job in Botswana simply because it is an exciting opportunity. Imagine spending 2 years working in Rwanda simply because you wanted the experience. Or studying in Ghana because it had the best university for your course. Not because you were desperate, but because you had options. Now, that's a completely different conversation. Now, I remember a nurse I worked with here in England. One day, during our break time, she said to me, I've had a wonderful time here in the UK, but it is time for me to leave. It is time for me to go back home. And she wasn't leaving because life had become impossible. No. And she wasn't running away from anything either. She was leaving because she had the freedom of choice. She had that choice. And I remember thinking, how many Africans can actually say that? As a Zimbabwean, would there ever come a time where I would actually say that? And yeah, this is the kind of Africa I dream about every single day, where Africans don't feel the need to leave because something is pushing them to leave Africa. I still believe that is possible. I still believe that it is quite possible. I still have hope, high hopes actually. And it's not because I'm ignoring our challenges, no, because I believe in hope. I like to hold on to hope because without hope, what else is there? What else is there? I might as well give up now. So no, I don't think that this situation with South Africa, this moment, should divide us as Africans. I don't think that it should. Instead, it should wake us up as Africans. It is time that we wake up. It should challenge us. It is time that we start challenging our leaders. I know we already do that, but we should do more of it. It is time that we start looking at our institutions, what's working and what's not working. As Africans, it is time that we take accountability for our actions and lack thereof. Yes, we can talk about history. It's good to talk about history for educational purposes. It helps us understand our present better because history has got a way of repeating itself. But accountability is also important. It is time that we stop blaming the past. We should stop blaming countries that are simply making rules for themselves and start looking inward. We should be asking ourselves, what kind of continent are we building for the next generation? Because here's the thing, Africa's future is not going to be decided by hashtags. It's not going to be decided by viral videos, by who wins the loudest argument online. It is not going to be decided by that. Yes, we can spend hours and hours debating because, Africans have become experts on debates. I might even say, let me not go there. So as Africans, it is time that we take accountability and actually start moving the right way. Let's build opportunities for our people. Let's create jobs. Let's innovate. Let's manufacture. Do all those things that will drive our continent forward. So anyway, this is a video. I don't know what you think. As always, feel free to chip in the comment section. Also remember to like the video, share it as well. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.